So everyone's talking about this Matthew Stafford trade, obviously, and to me, the Matthew Stafford trade is bad news for the rest of the NFC and the NFL, just because if Stafford plays the way we know he can play under Sean McVay, the Rams very well could win the Super Bowl. This is extremely bad news for Kyler Murray, Cliff Kingsbury, Steve Keim, and the Arizona Cardinals. It's a bad day to be a Cardinals fan due to the fact that the LA Rams now have a legitimate, not just franchise quarterback, but a franchise-changing quarterback. Over the past couple of years, the Arizona Cardinals have struggled to beat the LA Rams, and now today, they're even further away from the LA Rams because of the Matthew Stafford trade. Now, if you're a Cardinals fan, you could look at the positives. You could say, we got Kyler Murray, arguably a top 10 quarterback. We got DeAndre Hopkins, top 5 wide receiver, probably the best wide receiver in all of football, maybe. We got Kenyon Drake. We got a solid secondary. Chandler Jones comes back from injury this upcoming year. And 2 years ago, we were the worst team in all of football. We're trending up because we were a borderline playoff team this past year. You could slice it that way. Or you could be like me and say, man, Seattle today is better. San Francisco today is better. The LA Rams just upgraded at quarterback. And us being the Arizona Cardinals, you know what we got? We've got the 4th best roster in our division. We by far and away have the worst head coach in our division. And for the most part, we're a finesse football team that doesn't have a lot of depth, whether we like to admit it or not. And look, the Arizona Cardinals might be the odd team out in that division. And I just don't see a world where, I see a world where Arizona could maybe be a playoff team, but it looked like when Kyler Murray was drafted and Arizona realized how good he could become, that this team could be the future of the division. But after the Matthew Stafford trade, if he hits, Arizona, good luck. You gotta make some more moves because this roster to me right now today, it's not better than San Francisco when San Francisco is healthy. It's not better than Seattle. And it's not better than the Rams. And there's, to a certain degree, a wide gap. If the Arizona Cardinals didn't have Kyler Murray as their quarterback, they would not have much to root for. And this is a big-time year for Cliff Kingsbury. If Cliff Kingsbury once again disappoints in Arizona this year, you got to fire the guy. Because this division has way too many good players and way too many good head coaches for Cliff Kingsbury to be behind the 8 ball. So, if you're an Arizona Cardinal fan, your team might be the odd man out in the division. And I feel bad for Kyler Murray because I do think Kyler Murray has a ton of potential. And I do like the pieces that Arizona has. But it's one of those situations where Arizona, they've always kind of seemed to be the franchise that hasn't seemed to get things right. You know, they just never can quite get the break that they need in the playoffs. And until Cliff Kingsbury steps up his game and until Arizona continues to make more and more splashy moves, they're behind the 8 ball in the NFC West. It's unfortunate for the Arizona Cardinals, especially Kyler Murray, because he's super duper talented, no doubt about it. Thank you so much for watching this video today. Please also note that the Juice Alert Sports Podcast is not just a YouTube channel. It is available on all podcasting platforms, including Spotify, Google Podcasts, iTunes, and Apple Podcasts. Also, if you enjoyed this video, be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and share this content with all your friends. This podcast is my favorite thing in the entire world right now. It is my passion. And I want more people to listen to this podcast. I really want this podcast to grow. Also, a fun fact about me is that I want to go into the sports broadcasting and media world once I graduate from the University of Toledo, a college in Northern Ohio. I am looking to become one of the next great sports broadcasters and analysts out in the world. And I potentially would like to start my own network if this podcast really truly grows. Or if I fall short of that goal, I would love to work for a big-time network like ESPN or Fox Sports 1. I am open to all networks. So if you believe in my dreams and you see or hear my passion through the screen, be sure to tell all your friends about the Juice Alert Sports Podcast. Stay motivated, you guys. Have a God bless day, and I'm out.